Yo, what is going on, guys? Ladder Stocks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel. If you're new today, in this video, we are going to be going over dilution. Is it good or bad for AMC specifically? Adam Aaron just tweeted out this: blindly fear dilution. You miss crucial facts. In January 2021, AMC issued shares. AMC share price soared. May-June 21, more shares, and again, our stock soared. Stopped selling shares July 21st, July 2021. AMC started a long fall. Apes announced last week. AMC up again. Apes make AMC stronger, yada, yada, yada. I like this top comment by Tara Bull. It says, Ape will speak for itself, and all the haters will be forced to pipe down. Now, before we get into the facts of the video, I like this comment because it is what it is. We're going to see either way if this is going to affect the share price in a bullish manner or a bearish manner. But now let's get into some of the facts. Okay, so I wanted to read over this before we get into some SEC filings. Why dilution makes shares less valuable, how dilution can profit for short sellers. Okay, assume a company A worth $100 split into 100 outstanding shares. You own 5% of this company, and therefore 5 shares or $5 of this company value now. Now A issues 100 new shares to someone. This will not necessarily raise the value of A, so afterwards you own 5 shares of a company worth 100 but with 200 outstanding shares. So now instead of you having 5% ownership of the company, you now have 2.5% ownership of the company. How it can profit for short sellers. A short seller could profit from the above as he typically lends the shares from the shareholder, sells these, and then rebuys the share at the end of the lending. Now let's go back to company A. You own 5 shares worth $5. Now a business partner asks to lend your shares giving you $1 fee. Considering an unchanged share price, this would be 20% return at the end. Cool. Subsequently, your business partner sells your shares and waits until the end of your lending contract. He gets $5 from the buyer. We assume 0% interest rate to stay focused. In the meantime, the above explained company action with the dilution takes place. So at the end, the short seller buys back the 5 shares for $2.50 instead of $5 and give you back your 5 shares at the end, yada, yada, yada. Okay, guys, so pretty much dilution, right? Instead of owning 5% of the company, you now own 2.5% of the company. As for shareholders, instead of having to buy back shares and return them at $5, they now have to do so at $2.50. So they can double their profits here, assuming dilution occurred 50% of the company. Now, I don't know if you guys remember some of these filings, but we're going to go over them. Okay, so on April 27, 2021, the company announced the board of directors, yada, 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 shall have authority to issue 500,000 shares to a total of 1,024,173,073 shares of Class A common stock, has withdrawn this proposal from the agenda as of April 27th. Now, if we go over to April 27th, you'll see this peak right here when this was withdrawn. Okay, so it started a slow rise. If you're taking a look at the chart, this shows that just from a technical, logical standpoint, short sellers were happy on this news that this got withdrawn, right? Because shareholders would be happy, price would go up, yada, yada, yada. This was taken over by short sellers, clear as day right here. This attack down. Okay, so that's the first thing I wanted to go over. That proposal was taken off the table. Right here on May 21st, the company announced that the largest shareholder, the Wanda Group, sold most of its remaining shares in the company. Now, you guys remember this when it was floating all around YouTube. I made a video about it. Many people made a video about it. If we go over to May 21st, this was the day before the run-up. Okay, the absolute day before the run-up. Now, many of you would think, okay, well, Wanda sold these shares. Largest shareholder and shorts actually had shares to cover. They had shares to get out of their position. Same thing with dilution. They have shares to get out their position, except they're more valuable, right? They're closer to being in profit, if not already in profit, when dilution occurs, right? When people are selling, they just have to cover at that price. Now, what's interesting is the run up to 70 and the run up to 20 was actually more so gamma ramping and FOMO buying. If shorts all got out, then this play wouldn't be a play right now. Okay, so the next article we're looking into is on June 1st. AMC sold 8.5 million shares to Mudrick Capital. Now, if we go over to June 1st, this was the mid run up when we had this little hammer candle right here at $31. They sold these shares. It ran up again as well. If you don't know, Mudrick Capital sold their shares right away. We also have videos on that on the channel. People were freaking out, right? Because this was a high volatility moment in the meme stock mania. Videos were going crazy. Okay, Mudrick sold those shares right after that. Now, the last article we're looking into is on June 3rd. AMC entered into a equity distribution agreement. B. Riley's yada 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 sales agent to sell up to 11.5 million worth of stock. Now, on June 3rd, you saw this big red candle, big pop, and ultimately just ever since then we started fading off. So in this short period of time, you saw a lot of things happen, whether it was companies being sold shares, selling shares within AMC, AMC being diluted, etc., etc. But what you didn't see is the short interest actually decrease. You saw the moments when a share offering was taken off the table and then the share price decreased, which is completely irrational for a retail investor, anybody having ownership in a company. And you saw how just specific things reacted, but the short interest is still here. So what I'm just trying to say here is maybe, right, just maybe Adam Aaron is onto something. We'll see what happens here. Now, of course, it's kind of hard to just be like, yo, he's onto something, he's right. And the reason for that is because, of course, it's hard to trust someone when they requested more compensation. Shareholders voted no on that. That got wiped off the table. And now they're trying to continuously dilute a company, which is ultimately not in the shareholders' best interest most of the time. But I kind of just wanted to get this off of the table and say that when all of this happened, short interest did not decrease. The play is still on. And no matter what, you're going to see what happens with APE and when or if we get diluted. That is what I got for you guys for this video. Let's get ready for the week. See you guys. Love you.